Ah, it's the Horror Syndicate Discourse. It is Tuesday. We were going to talk about The Hitcher, but apparently, unfortunately, Seth's the only one that, whoa, shit, seems to care about that movie. That was Jared saying, oh no, I guess he's not joining us. So it's just Seth and I, and we're going to have a jolly old conversation about the rest of the upcoming horror movies for the year, what we're looking forward to, which I have a feeling it'll be heavily Halloween ends. God, Halloween ends conversation, and we'll go over some other stuff. We'll be with you for about an hour or so. I got to call somebody after the show because I had a hot date today, and she was hot. Anyway, I don't know if she's going to watch this or not. Anyway, without further ado, here is my friend Seth. My friend Seth, how is my friend Seth doing today?
I am doing all right. How are you?
Dude, after yesterday, it was kind of a bummer of a day.
Yep.
But today really made up for it. So I'm doing pretty good. We've got Alex in the house. What's up, man? I'm doing well. Say hello to Seth too, please. Come on, respect where it's deserved. So yeah, anything new? Have you got any new movies lately? I know you went through a Wes Craven spell where you bought a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, I caught up on all the Wes Craven movies I haven't seen before.
Jealous.
Yeah, it was fun. Expensive but fun.
Yeah.
Um, and I've been showing Amber a lot of the Alfred Hitchcock movies.
Nice.
Yeah, so she's been really
That's
liking
cool.
those. So that's been kind of cool to revisit some and see some I haven't seen before.
Mhm.
And then, other than that, the only thing that's new is I started reading Firestarter. I never read that book
Oh,
before.
preparing for the movie, I guess the new
Preparing
movie.
for the movie, yeah,
Have you seen the older one?
I haven't, but I have it. So I'm like, I was really tempted to put it in last night. As I was reading, I got a wicked headache, massive headache, and I was like, all right, I'm just gonna relax. And
Is that the headache that prompted you to write all that? The idea. What was it for? You had like this. You told us that you was it for Batman?
yeah, yeah. I was watching. I put on Batman Year One, the animated movie.
That's a, I was tempted to watch that tonight, man. We were eye to eye on that.
Yeah, and the night before I watched the Long Halloween Part Two,
Yeah.
and of course, eventually I started drinking, and I started thinking like of an idea of like a standalone Two Face movie, kind of like the Joker being a standalone. You know
Yes,
what I mean?
that could work.
I'm a big Two Face guy, and like I
Me
had
too.
an idea where like I was like plucking stuff out of some comics, like the Long Halloween. Of course, I would have to change stuff up,
Sure.
but it was very centric on Harvey becoming Two Face, and I have like this idea for how I would do it. But
And Two Face is my favorite Batman villain, and the kids were asking me, "Uh oh, hey newbie, Helen, welcome. Tell us what your favorite horror movies are and which movies you're looking forward to. Leave that in the comments for anybody here." But I was telling them why I like Two Face so much because I was disappointed with him in The Dark Knight, and
yeah,
basically in the '90s, and then The Long Halloween, the book, I read. Well, I saw the 2 episode arc with Two Face's origin, and like he was always two minds of the things, and you had to have the coin to make the decision, and it
yeah,
reminded me of me,
yeah,
because like I identify with him a little bit because I'm always two minds of everything, and I have a hard time making a decision. Maybe I should get a coin, flip it all the time. And yeah, so I always identify with Two Face, and then I saw him in the Long Halloween, and I'm like, holy shit, he's a great character. And then there was another book where it's called No Man's Land,
yep,
where there's a story with him and Renee Montoya, and they don't like each other, a villain and a cop or whatever, and it turns out to be a really cool thing that he helps her out. It's really cool. So
yeah,
I don't know, I always identified with him, and of course, oh yeah, that was the other thing. Batman Forever. I love that movie. And that one line, that single line that Tommy Lee Jones delivers, we're always two minds of the situation, or whatever he says. It's like that
yeah,
resonates with me, man. So, by the way,
yeah.
you like the Batman? Let's talk about the Batman for a minute. I don't care. This is a horror channel, but the Batman was kind of fucking spooky at times. So,
There was horror elements to it for sure.
hell yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I really enjoyed it. It was really good to see the very detective side of it. Like when I was watching it, because there's always I put this on my Facebook. There's like two different ways of telling a Batman story. There's the standard superhero stuff, and then there's the detective stuff. So the standard superhero stuff, you got the team up stuff like Justice League, and you got the big villains, big plots, and then there's the side that's like the Long Halloween or the Killing Joke or Dark Victory or whatever, where they're very story and mystery oriented with Batman solving or trying to solve what's happening.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminded me of that side, and that's what I really liked about it.
Yeah, I had trouble when I first saw it. I didn't hate it, but I'm like, my first thought was when I walked out, I was like, man, we could have had a Ben Affleck movie, but we got that, and that was my first reaction because I'm still not over the whole Ben Affleck. I loved him as Batman, but like the more I thought about it, and the more I thought about which comics it had drew influence from, I was like, okay, I think I like it. And I think it's gonna be better the second time around because I haven't seen it yet. The second time, I plan to at some point. It'll be on HBO Max before I probably even get to go to the theater. But overall, I like it better than The Dark Knight. So.
It's kind of funny though because we went from Christopher Nolan's gritty movies to
gritty,
but then we got like the superhero side with Ben Affleck. The more comic book, like big fun, whatever the first side of the argument of what a Batman story could be, but that only lasted so long, and now we're back to a dark and gritty,
The Batman 2022 was as good as The Dark Knight in different ways. While The Dark Knight is a crime drama, The Batman is one of the best noir murder mysteries movies I've ever seen. There's a lot of 7 in that movie, which is not a bad thing. But yeah, I dig it, and that's a very good point by Sean. Appreciate the insight, man. Yeah, I think this is going to be one of it's right now. It's top 4 personal favorites. But I think if you talk about the best Batman movies, it's up there with The Dark Knight. I don't like The Dark Knight. I'm very like. There's not many people that don't like The Dark Knight. I'm there, but I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how time treats it. But this was a gritty Gotham. This was one of the best looking Gotham cities I've ever seen. So yeah, The Dark Knight was Chicago. It's like I know all those places. I've been there. Like, I know that building. I know that building. I know where that is. It's like, this is not Gotham City. And then The Dark Knight Rises was fucking Pittsburgh mostly. Those 3 bridges that Bane blows up are all in Pittsburgh. It's like, come on, Nolan, quit being so fucking lazy. At least Joel Schumacher had Batman chasing Mr. Freeze down an arm of a statue. So.
Yeah,
that's
the interesting thing about Nolan's films too. Is like all 3 were filmed in different cities, so all 3 like there wasn't really a consistent Gotham.
Really,
I'm not knocking him, by the way. I love Nolan's trilogy, but
I think Pittsburgh works really well because there's a lot in the construction of Gotham that has to do with limestone, and it's the same thing with Pittsburgh. A lot of limestone, and it's like that makes sense for Gotham, in my opinion. So.
Yeah.
But anyway, so one other thing before we get to talking about basically Halloween Ends. I've been talking about this. I've got 3 copies of this movie, Friday the 13th, 2009. And I was thinking about doing a giveaway because we're kind of like, I'd like to get to 20,000 Facebook page likes and maybe 1,200 or more subscribers on the YouTube channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And I thought about doing a giveaway at the end and giving 3 of these away, and maybe even a Horror Syndicate shirt or 2 if anybody's interested in that. I only have these on Blu-ray also, so if you don't have Blu-ray, why not? Like, it's past time for that. But yeah, if you want, let me know. I'll make a video, throw it up on the Facebook and the YouTube to get subscribers and get somebody some free movies and maybe even a Horror Syndicate t-shirt. I do have 3 of that Dream Warriors t-shirt. I somehow have 3 of them. I don't know how I ended up with 3 of them, but I have 3 of them, so I could also give one of those away maybe because I can't wear a small or a large.
That's an awesome shirt. Amber's mom got me one of those for Christmas, and I
That's
love
really
it.
cool. That's
Yeah.
Let's see. Begins felt the most Gotham to me. That was the part of Gotham. That was the Narrows mostly, but I don't know. I don't like Nolan's movies. They're junk. You don't like The Dark Knight in 14 years since it came out. I've heard people say it's overrated. I don't think it's overrated. I just didn't like. I hate the ending. It's like I didn't like the ending of this new one, and I feel like they have trouble sticking the ending to Batman movies. Like I don't understand why. I do not like the ending with the ferry boats trying to. Are the prisoners going to blow up? I hated that. I like the one of the best parts of the whole movie because it's Joker's movie was when Joker's hanging upside down. And he's like, I feel like we're destined to do this for whatever or whatever. And I hated the treatment of Harvey Two-Face. He's my favorite, and I don't like the way they did him. So. Any thoughts on The Descent? We did a whole show on The Descent, and I believe it was a consensus love it. I can't remember. Do you remember? Have you seen it? You've
Was
seen
I?
it, right?
I don't think I was on
Who
that show.
knows?
Was I?
We have not had a show with the full cast except for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre show this year, so could have been you. I know that Nate loves it. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Well, if Nate loves
I
it,
love
you know Pete's gonna love it. So anyway, and I know Jared likes it too. I like it. It's a good, cool movie. I'm not a big fan of the second one though. So, the fuck was that? Oh, I felt like I spit something onto my own lip. Like, anyway, so yeah, if you have any questions, please definitely ask us. We'll answer anything, even if it has to do with not horror, like like Superman 3. If you think you want to hear about Superman 3, let us know. I'm never getting rid of that. Never getting rid of that picture. Just so you know. It's the best.
We still got to finish that we were doing.
I know. We need to. Rage of Razor on YouTube. We talked about Superman. Did we talk about Returns?
We talked about Returns, Quest for Peace,
Quest for Peace. I think that was it.
Yeah, I think that was
we
it.
Got two in, and then we stopped.
Yeah.
Come on, we need to fix that.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about this or not. Anyway, so we already saw Scream 2022. I didn't get to see it when you guys saw it. I had to wait like 2 weeks, but I really thought it was just mediocre. Again, it's another one where I'm going to have to watch it again. And I also knew who the killer was. One of the killers was from you. You remember? Who was it? Entertainment Weekly or somebody put up screenshots and like, here's the cast of Scream. And I sent you guys a picture like killer, and I was right. I was 100% right. And he had the look. What do you think of Scream 5?
I liked it. I saw it twice in the theater. It's not high on my ranking. I know there's only 5 movies, so it's not too bad where it's at. But
I have it above 3.
It's above 3 and below 4. It's actually my 4th favorite in the series. I do like it a lot, but nothing could compare to Scream 2 as far as sequels go for me. I enjoyed it. Yeah, it was fun. I think that they did a good job of being faithful to Wes as far as storytelling and all that.
Yeah, I mean, I wanted to like it, and I wonder if part of it was my experience in the theater. I had an usher standing there watching this group of girls next to me because they just wouldn't shut the fuck up. It's like, why pay $12 to see a movie and then talk through the whole fucking thing? Go to Denny's, you know. But yeah, Sean hit it on the head. Scream was not as good as people. Yeah, Halloween Ends is the big one, and The Return of the Creeper. Is that Jeepers Creepers? Is there a 4th one coming?
Yeah.
The 3rd one wasn't very good. The first one's really good in my opinion. The second one's, and then the 3rd one was like really bad. And then Victor Salva or whatever his name is not going to be involved. Excuse me.
Nope, he's not involved, but I'm sure he'll still get a paycheck.
I hear Indigo.
Yeah, just being attention whore.
And then I know I'm looking forward to. Actually, Keith watched one today. I'm not sure if it's a horror film or not, but a movie called Fresh on Hulu. Have you heard of this one?
No.
It's got Sebastian Stan in it from, well, he's the Winter Soldier. But somebody told me they watched it the other day and they said it was kind of a horror movie. I kind of saw a part of a trailer, so I wasn't 100% sure if it was. It's a thriller. It's a comedy thriller, so if it doesn't have horror in the title, it's not horror to me. Sorry, guys. I'm sorry. That's just the way I'm wired. But there's also Jordan Peele's Nope. That like I like the title, but I don't know how I feel after I've seen the trailer. Any excitement there for you?
I wouldn't say excited, but I'm gonna go see it. I liked his previous two movies.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I seem to be one of the very few who likes Us more than Get Out.
No, I do too, actually. I'm with you on that one. Yeah, it's good. It's different. Get Out was good, and I liked it a lot, but the Us just was a different level, in my opinion. We've already seen the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie, which has been mixed. I am canceling Netflix, so I got to find a copy of that just to have in my collection. And then, because it was, for me, it was popcorn horror. It wasn't a good Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie. It was, like you said, Leatherface the slasher, basically, right?
Right.
Let's see. We've got, what's this? A Long Night. Oh, that's got a 3.5 rating on IMDb. That's no good. We're going to come up with our own rating system, also like Rotten Tomatoes. I was talking about last night, and Nate came up with some categories that we're all going to vote on. Are you in for that?
Yeah.
Good. Can't do without you, bud.
Oh, sure you can.
Maybe then there's that movie, The Black Phone.
Oh, that looks good.
That looks really good with Ethan Hawke.
Yeah.
That's going to come out, I think, in June. I want to say June. So that one seems like it could be a good one. If you haven't seen the trailer, check that one out. And then let's just talk about Halloween Ends because that is a big one. Where's your excitement level at currently? I know it'll get more exciting by the time we hit October or even September for you, but where is it right now?
It's pretty freaking high still.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, I was super excited about Kills and Ends when they first announced it, and even after seeing Kills, just kind of wanting to know what they have in store, and for how they're going to justify calling it Halloween Ends. I'm very curious about that.
Yeah.
And it's cool to to get a Halloween movie back to back in October. So yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. I really loved Kills, so.
Kills was one of those that actually I had to watch a few times for it to grow on me. Because at the beginning, I was like,
"Yeah,
we get it. Evil dies tonight." I didn't really like the ending. Well, I liked the ending, but I didn't like the scene with the mob of people beating Mike. I feel like that's too much for a man to take. But I'm curious to see how they work this one. If it will be if there will be finality to this movie. Yeah, so I'm my excitement level right now is at like a 3 out of 10. It'll get there. Like I was the same way last year. I was like, okay, well, we'll see. Especially since it was pushed back from 2020 to 2021. I was like, we'll see if it even comes out.
Yeah.
But I'm 99.99999% sure it's coming out on October 14th this year. I don't think we're going to get that lucky where we got the Peacock release like we did last year.
Right.
Since we're pretty much going straight back to theaters, which awesome. There's nothing like going to the theater. But I'll get more and more excited. I'm gonna try. Like you were like, oh, I read some possible script of Halloween Kills. I'm not gonna say anything unless you want me to, and I'm like, don't. But I want to hear it, but don't. And I went back and forth, and you told me some things, so I kind of knew. I forgot a lot of it, but there's a couple things that, like you told me, I was like, damn, that lines up with what he said. So I'm not going to ask him this year.
Well, I'm doing it different this year. Like if
You're staying away?
if the script leaks for Halloween Ends, I am going to, I don't know, I'm going to lock my computer away. I'm very weak-willed, but I'm going to try not to read the script if it leaks.
I was too, and I read a script for The Last Jedi, and it was not what we got, and maybe that's why I hate it. No, that's not why I hate it. I'm looking for general hugs. Yeah, but like, yeah, I'm sure we'll do a Halloween Kills Theory show after the first trailer. Our Halloween Ends. Damn, I keep saying Kills, but there's a lot of good stuff coming. There's another one coming out in like September called Dark Harvest that, based on the poster I've seen alone, looks really cool. So we'll see. It's an adaptation of Bram Stoker's novel, so that could be cool. Or Bram Stoker, if you want to be a dick about it. That movie X from Ty West comes out next, or no, the 18th. I know Keith's really excited. I want to see it. I don't know when I'll be able to. Actually, we're supposed to be talking about Ty West movies next week, so I just looked that up. If you don't know who Ty West is, he did the House, House of the Devil. God, I almost forgot the Innkeepers, and a movie called The Sacrament, which we will be covering in movies.
The only movie of his that I've seen is Cabin Fever 2.
Oh my god! Oh, we should talk about that too. I've never seen Cabin Fever 2. Do you have a way to see those movies, or are we going to be missing you next week?
I don't know. Send me the titles, and I'll see if any of those are streaming.
Okay, I will do that. And then Sean mentioned Terrifier 2. I don't know when that's coming out. They ran a successful crowdfund for it in 2019, maybe even 2018. I don't remember exactly. My God, it's been forever. And the first trailer came out in 2020, I think. So who knows when that's coming out? I hated the first one. I like David Howard Thornton's performance, but I didn't like the movie. The movie was garbage. There's no story, and not horror, but Hocus Pocus 2. That's kids horror, man. That's one we watch every Halloween season. Hocus Pocus. That'll be fun. Hopefully, we'll see.
The one I'm looking forward to. One of the ones I'm looking for the most is the new Hellraiser.
Oh yeah. Well, there's a series and a movie coming out this year. Is it this year for both of them?
I don't think they've even started this series.
Which one has the female lead Cenobite?
The movie.
Okay. I'm curious to see what that's going to be like, and how much like fan out, like, an outburst will be. Oh, Pinhead should be a boy and all that.
Yeah, I don't get that argument, but
It's not everyone's been blessed with the ability to read the books or the stories like you have, and I never have, but I know better already. And we've seen Kirsty in the comics. I've read some of the comics become Pinhead herself, so it's gonna be interesting. And I think the person playing Pinhead is transgender too. Am I wrong on that?
Right. Yeah. No.
So
you're right.
So shut up. A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, it totally aligns with what Barker wrote in the novella. And with, I mean, even with the Scarlet Gospels, another book he wrote, where Harry D'Amour comes in, and but there's a certain line in that book where it kind of alludes to the fact that the Hell Priest isn't always the same person.
Yeah.
So I mean,
doesn't he become the Hell Priest at one point?
I believe so. Yeah.
I thought so.
It's been a while. But yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. If it's not Spencer, I'm fine with that. If they leave Doug Bradley's Pinhead as Doug Bradley's Pinhead, and whoever we get is an entirely different character with a different backstory, I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I think I agree with that. It's kind of like the whole well, a couple different things, like James Bond thing. Like if they make it 007 and be somebody else and not James Bond, cool. But if it's James Bond, I'd rather it be, well, an actor who can portray James Bond. Not because like the Monica Rambeau, I don't know her name. She's now 007, right? Or she was anyway in the last movie. Cool, but she's not James Bond. You know, you can make another movie, another 007 movie without it being a James Bond movie, but it's kind of weird. Jared
Yeah,
says he was
because
under
I
the
mean,
impression. Read the messages, Jared.
um,
Sorry.
yeah, another thing too with the new Hellraiser, it's from the same people that made the Night House, which I thought was a really good, well made horror movie. And that
I
originally,
haven't
I
seen
guess,
that.
originally it's supposed to be a Hellraiser movie. They actually took elements from a pitch they took, and they just made their own original story out of it. And then, of course, they make that movie, and then they get the Hellraiser job after. But um, yeah, I'm totally confident in it.
That's good. I'll have to watch that. What was it called again?
The Night House.
The Night House. Is it
Yeah,
streaming?
it's you might be able to find it on Prime. It came out in 2021.
I
Um,
did it.
it has that chick who's been in everything lately. What's her name? She was in Godzilla vs Kong.
Rebecca Hall.
Yes. Yep.
Yeah, I don't know if it's streaming. It's on M or yeah, it's on Prime for $4. I'm not spending $4 on that. I don't rent stuff anymore. It's like I'm a very appalled by the prices of rentals, and it's like back in the old days, they were still $3 or $4. It's like, what's the big deal, asshole? You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
used to rent shit all the time back in the day. But yeah, I think I'm gonna go into this new Hellraiser with an. Do we have a release date for that?
I don't believe so. It's supposed to go straight to Hulu, unfortunately.
Why is that unfortunate? You
Um,
want to see
I,
the theater?
I want to see it in the theater, man. But like
When was the last time you saw Hellraiser in the theater, though?
I've never seen a Hellraiser in the theater. That's why I want to go see
Neither have
it.
I. Well, I've seen the first one in the theater, but it was like way after the fact. But like the last one that was in the theater was the fourth one, so
Yeah, Bloodlines.
96 or so. Yeah, which is underrated in my opinion. I like that one.
Oh, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like that. I like the first 5 or 6 of them, and then they
Mhm.
kind of go down. I like Judgment also. Judgment's better than what people made of it.
Yeah.
Hellraiser, and that's something we'll talk about at some point. The sequels, because I think we did talk about the first one before.
Mhm.
I
Yeah.
don't know if we've ever talked about the second one or not. It's hard to keep track now that we're in year 3 of doing this. You know.
Yeah. We haven't had a specific show on it. I think it's been brought up once or twice for a couple things, like as far as like effect sequences or something like that, but we haven't really talked about
Like
any of the.
Hellraiser at all?
What's that?
And like we haven't talked about Hellraiser at all?
No, we talked about the first one, but
Okay. Yeah.
as far as any of the sequels go, um, that's why I proposed that we do a Hellraiser show. But
There is no Hulu in my country. I am not. Oh, what country are you from? Didn't realize you were out of the States. I'm sorry. Have you seen the second one's really on par with the first one? In Seth's opinion, it's better.
oh yeah,
That's cool. I didn't know you were watching from another country. Oh, yawn. Oh, I had trouble sleeping last night. Started watching The Wolf on Wall Street. I couldn't stop watching it. The UK. All right, man. Thanks for. What time is it over there? It's got to be like midnight, 12:30 ish, right? Maybe even later than that. Yeah. Have you seen The Wolf on Wall Street?
no.
Man, it's out of control. It's really out of control. But anyway, is there anything else you're looking forward to that you want to talk about a little bit?
I'm trying to think. There was, man. I feel like there was something that was going to be coming out later in the year, but I just can't for the life of me think of it.
There's a lot of stuff. I mean, I feel like last year was packed because we did. I think we were able to do a top 20 of 2022. My goodness. Oh, sorry. That means I'm not getting oxygen in my brain, right? But like two of the big ones have already hit for 2022. Two of the biggest of the probably top 10 big movies coming out this year. And there's Nope. I don't know. Nope. Like when I heard it was coming out, I was like, cool. I like Jordan Peele. And then like I saw the trailer, I'm like, I don't know. It didn't grab me right away. So we'll see how that does. The Black Phone did. I remember when Keith saw the trailer one day. He's like, "Did you guys see this yet?" And he was all excited about it. And when he gets excited, I kind of feel almost obligated to look at the trailer right away, because then he puts them up on the Horror Syndicate's Facebook page, which is cool. But yeah,
You looking forward to the Firestarter at all?
I guess
What did you think of that trailer, by the way?
I don't even remember it, honestly. I know I saw it, but it's like I barely remember seeing it. It was okay. I got to watch it again, honestly. Because I don't remember almost at all. I feel like thinking it was going to be good because it looked like it was filmed very well. Let me watch it again. I'll put it up on see if I can put it up on the screen without sound. That way we won't get in trouble. I don't know if I can do that because we got our whole Freddy's Dead episode because there was some sound in the background. Or I'll just kill my computer. Can you still hear me?
I can still hear you.
Okay, good. This computer, man, I need to get a new one. It's gonna die on while we're live, just like Jared's did. Oh man, come on, computer. What do you think of it? Obviously, you're excited.
It looks good for some reason because I'm a big Stephen King guy. Like I've read a lot of his books, but for some reason that book always escaped my radar. And even the movie, I knew of the movie. I knew Drew Barrymore and Keith David or David Keith, which one ever it is in it. And when I saw the trailer for the new one, I'm like, I really need to read the book and watch the original movie. Because I think the new one looks good, and plus John Carpenter is going to be scoring it. So,
oh, is he?
Yeah, which is kind
That's
of ironic.
Cool.
It was originally attached to do Firestarter back in the 80s.
Yeah, that sounds right. Yeah, I barely. I think I have the old movie because a few years ago they released Cat's Eye, the 1990 It, and a few other ones for like $10 on Blu-ray. So I think I may have bought that one, but not watched it. I don't remember it like almost. I remember watching it when I was a kid, though.
Yeah.
Oh, this is taking forever. I give up. I'm not going to bother. I'll look at it later. Oh man, I could look at Vincent Neal. Anyway, yeah, I should have restarted my computer, but I was worried it was going to take forever. Let's see. We got what is your favorite Batman movie? Out of curiosity, mine is Batman Returns. That's just favorite. That's not what I think is the best one. I love Batman Returns. It's dark. I love the Catwoman. I love how Gotham looks. I just love it. What about you, Seth?
I'm actually the same boat with Batman Returns, which usually gets laugh emoji out of people on my friends list.
Yeah,
but I like it. I like the darkness of it. I like the whole thing with Bruce and Selina and the duality, and I love the Penguin, kind of sneaking in through politics to
that was cool.
This thing, there's some goofy stuff in it. Like
it's eventually transferred to the comics.
Yeah, exactly. And there are some, there's a couple cringe lines, and the whole thing with the penguins with the missiles, whatever. But like,
I love that. I don't care.
I think there's a lot more good to it than there is bad. For starters, Danny Elfman's score is incredible. I think it does a really good job of balancing three villains.
Mm-hmm.
Penguin, Catwoman, who's kind of an anti-hero, but she still counts as villain, and Max Schreck.
Christopher Walken was superb.
Yeah, they all have like equal equal time to be villains, and
Yeah.
I just love it.
Yeah, I love it, and you if you think about it, also Batman and Catwoman kind of team up, kind of sorta, and then Penguin and Shrek obviously team up. There's some great stuff in that, like when Penguin first captures Shrek and he's like, "Hi, Max, I'm your," the hand. I love that. And he shredded all the documents, and he's like, "With a little patience and a little Scotch tape." I love that movie. I loved it right away. Penguin's my least favorite Batman villain, period, of all time. So it's surprising that's my favorite because of that.
Yeah. I mean, Batman Returns stuck with me ever since I saw it in the theater when I was a kid. When my parents took me to see it, you know what I mean? Like it's a movie I've loved for that long.
It was the first one that really got like a big like ad campaign. McDonald's had black fry boxes that had the bat symbol on them, and they had the cups and all this other stuff. It's like I remember that really well.
The TV special, the Bat, the Cat, and the Penguin.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I remember that too. Yeah. Devin Zane says, "Hey guys, ask us anything, buddy. If you have any questions, let us know. Even about Batman." Batman Returns is a weird movie in spots, but it's dark, gritty, and the three great villains. Yeah, the Christmas setting. That's another thing. I like a good snow setting for Batman, which you don't see almost ever, which would be nice. The thing I wonder about these new Batman movies: are we going to get them like where it's back to back to back to back, or are they going to have time jumps? Like most of them would. Because The Dark Knight, I think, was it 2 years after Batman Begins, and then the other one was 8 years after, something like that. Yeah. Ask us anything, we will answer. Hopefully, to your liking or not. I don't know. Seth is here for everybody's enjoyment, and so is Indigo apparently. We've been talking about Batman a little bit, but the new Batman movie came out. We're not just horror fans. We like comic books. I write comic books. If you like Batman, check out Operation Eclipse #4 on Kickstarter. Just plug my own comic. We're talking about maybe doing a giveaway for Friday the 13th 09 on Blu-ray. I've got 3 copies. We talked a little bit about movies. Indigo is on the attack. Look at that. Better watch out. Next week we're going to be talking about Ty West movies, so that means I get the pleasure of rewatching them. And Seth's going to see Cabin Fever 2, which I've never seen. I'll have to watch that one. I'm going to look real fast and see if any of them. House of the Devil is a must, in my opinion. It's so good. It's not streaming anywhere. What's the other ones? Let's see. The Innkeepers. Seth's going to have to sit out.
None of that's streaming.
The Innkeeper is on Peacock.
Okay.
And I believe The Sacrament is also streaming somewhere. Sacrament's excellent, man. I don't know. I think it's on Shudder, The Sacrament. I don't know if you have Shudder or not. If you don't have Shudder, I don't know what you're doing with your life, man. Or anybody who doesn't have Shudder. What?
I caved and signed up for it. I just didn't want to tell you.
Thank the maker. The Shudder is really is great. Who here out of our viewers has Shudder? And let me know what if you've watched, like what you've delved into that you've never thought you'd like. Like Shudder is a great place, especially now, because if you've never seen Italian horror movies, they've got tons of giallos, like from Argento and Sergio Martino and Umberto Lenzi, and some cannibal movies. The Lucio Fulci gore factor, man, there's some good stuff on there. Love it. Yeah, and we don't work for Shudder, so we're I'm a big proponent. Finding people to take Friday the 13th 09 would probably burn them the reputation. I have like 5 copies of this movie now. What am I supposed to do with them? I'm gonna try anyway. You don't have to enter. You're already subscribed, I think. So it's okay. I like Friday the 13th 09. What's the big deal?
Hey man, I enjoy it too.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, as far as your giveaway goes, you gotta tell your buddy Vince not to only one submission.
I'm gonna block Vince from even commenting because I know Vince. That's another thing. Never Hike Alone 2
Yeah.
Santi, a good friend of ours, he's doing crowdfunding this month to get money to make this movie. He wants to get it out by October, and you got to believe we will have him on the show. We will fucking share that link 1,000 times because that motherfucker is a great dude. I love Vince. Do you like Vince? I think you hate him. No,
I like
I'm joking.
Way to put me on the spot. He's not watching.
Yeah, he's an asshole. Oh yeah, we got to convince all 5 people to do this.
She's
great movie.
She tells me every week. She reminds me that we should do a show about that.
Well, is that a Coscarelli?
Yeah.
Maybe we should do a Coscarelli show or something. I don't know if we can. I don't know if Nate can talk that long about that movie. Been watching some pretty awful low budget indie. Tubi's the place for that, man. What's a good one? Low budget shit. Well, honestly, man, there's a lot of indie horror out there that I would definitely check out. A few of Nate's movies, like Volumes of Blood, The Barn, Pool Party Massacre. I'm gonna forget some. Let me look. Hold on. So I can't read that far away, so never mind. But there's a lot of good indie horror. A lot of them are streaming. I'm Dreaming of a White Doomsday by my good friend Mike Lombardo. He directed that. A lot of these people I know, actually. Drew Marvick, who did Pool Party Massacre. Justin Seaman did The Barn. 1031 Part 1, 2, and 3 is coming soon. What else, man? There's tons of shit. Dark Military, Lauren Lepre, he's a friend of the show. There's a lot of good stuff. A lot of it is on Tubi. Some of it's on Amazon. Some of it's on Shudder. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff to check out. Bone Hill Road is another one. Seth even mentioned before. It's a werewolf movie for an indie movie. It's less than 10,000. You can check out Clown NATO, Velocipaster. There's tons of shitty movies out there that you could check out that are actually worth watching, in my opinion. Friday the 13th, 2009. I will give Friday fans the final chapter in Jason Lives, but part 2. But Friday the 13th, 2009 is The Godfather. Okay. I love part 2. You're right, but part 6 is the best. The Stylist. We talked about The Stylist a little bit on our 2021 show, I think, didn't we? Or was that something else? I think Nate really liked that one.
Yeah.
Have you seen Birdemic? Oh my god. Yeah, unfortunately. Years ago when it first hit, my friend brought it home. He's like, "Hey, we got to watch this." And I got about 15 minutes and I was like, "You're moving out." So it's like, "You're moving out. You're not bringing this stuff into the house." And then he made me watch The Seed of Chucky, and I was like, "You haven't left yet? What's wrong with you?" Yeah, Have you seen Birdemic?
No.
So these movies that I'm talking about, if you want something to that, there's a movie called, I think it's called Campfire Killer or something like that. There's a movie called Don't Fuck in the Woods. That's a lot of fun. A sequel's coming out. Lots of boobs. Go figure. I mean, I have a whole shelf. Actually, if you're new to the channel, Devin, check out. There's a video I did top 20 indie horror movies, and a lot of them are on Tubi. I did it in, I want to say, towards the end of 2020, but I can post a link. I'll do that. Post a link to it here in the comments, but it'll give you an idea of some of the ones to check out. Because there are tons of indie, and we got to support indie horror. When Vince does his crowdfunding, I'm definitely going to support it. Give me a copy of Never Hike in the Snow. Seth, are you going to support it? You hate Vince, but are you going to support it? Vince, if you watch this, I'm just joking. I don't think he's going to watch it, but whatever.
Yeah, I'm going to support it. I think as far as the Friday 13th fan films goes, after the Never Hike series, I'm kind of done supporting them.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Financially. And I'm not saying anything bad about anyone who's made any. I understand that, they're, I understand, what they are.
Be that way, but I will. Yeah, here we go.
Just some of them haven't, I don't know. It's hard to say. I don't want to be mean because they are independent.
Yeah, no, I get it, but like some of them they're too long. Like, what's that one? Vengeance. That Roseblood was just one of the worst things I've ever seen. Voorhees was more like a Texas Chainsaw movie, in my opinion. I think Cody Falk made that one. I think he meant well, but I saw more of a Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie in there than Friday the
Oh,
13th.
for sure.
Yeah, and I feel like he may have been trying to cash in on the success of a movie like Never Hike Alone. If you've never seen Never Hike Alone, what have you been doing for the last 4 years? Never Hiking the Snow's Out. We like Vince, and we're gonna continue to support the man. He does good things behind the camera and in front of the camera.
His name was Jason. Wasn't bad either.
So they actually made a movie called His Name Was Jason. I don't think I've seen that one.
It's I'm pretty sure you have. I thought we talked about it. It was that fan film that kind of follows part two.
No, okay, so I must have thought you were talking about the fucking documentary then.
Oh,
you know what I'm talking about? There was a documentary before the.
I have that documentary.
Yeah, it's a good documentary. I thought that's what you were talking about. Okay, so I'm going to share the link to that video for you, Devin, for the indie horror movies in the comments right now. It's just me by myself talking because, I'm arrogant and such an asshole. And I'm very selfish. So that's it right there. So check that out whenever you get a chance. It's about 15 minutes long. Nate did great. Yeah, he did. Nate did The Confession of Fred Kruger. We've actually shown some of these on our Facebook page. We showed Never Hike Alone, The Spirit of Haddonfield, Renee Rivas' movie. He's a friend also. And we've got some friends that are filmmakers. We've talked to JP DeStefano, who made Halloween Night, which was really good.
Yeah,
that one it's an interesting take on, instead of like Michael's lineage, it's somebody else from the series, which I thought was pretty cool. So yeah, there's a lot of cool stuff out there that you could check out. I don't know is that one on YouTube, Halloween Night?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it.
Yeah,
I got the DVD, but
Pieces is awesome. I love Pieces. That movie's awesome. The tagline is, "You don't need to go to Texas for a chainsaw massacre." I love that movie. It's a Spanish horror movie. They did great with. I'm trying to catch up. It's Me, Billy by Dave McCrae. I have not seen that. What's that one?
It's that's a Black Christmas fan film.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I watch a lot of Dave's stuff on YouTube. He's a very knowledgeable guy. He can be colorful. We'll just say that. Like, he's not for everyone as far as his personality goes. But he's very, very knowledgeable. And he's this big Black Christmas and Halloween fan. So he made that. I still have to check that out. It looked pretty good, though.
It's like you talking about when Bruce Wayne's talking about Jack Napier. My kind of guy. He's not for everybody. This guy Jack I knew. Anyway, yeah, I mean, there's tons of shit out there. And if you're newer to the channel, Devin, if you haven't subscribed yet, please check out, if you get a chance. We have tons of episodes on all the good stuff for the most part, and maybe even some of our lists might show some things you've never seen before. Oh, enjoy. Hopefully it's not too stressful, man. I have not done my taxes yet, but the first thing I do when I get my return, I'm going to go buy Deadly Blessing and Deadly Friends so I can watch those. Yeah, because I think we should do a Wes Craven like top 10 movie. We're going to do a Wes Craven show, but I'd rather do a list than just he did this movie and that movie and this movie and that. I like doing a lot of lists. I'm a list guy. You're a list guy. Nate, to his detriment, I think he does not like being a list guy, but this guy poops out lists like nobody's business. It's like, hey, Nate, let's make a list of your favorite Halloween characters that are never seen on screen. 2 seconds later, he'll be like, I don't know. And then 2 seconds later, he'll have 30 of them. It's like, damn, Nate.
Yeah.
That's Nate for you. Love that guy. Love having him on the show. I love having all you guys on the show when we can all be on the show at the same time. Let's see. Deadly Blessing. Can you hear me still?
Yeah.
My camera came unplugged. Deadly Blessing. I have Nathan. Yeah. Nate is a great artist. He
Deadly
actually
Black.
did. He did the variant cover for Operation Eclipse #4 for anybody who hasn't backed that yet. I'm just saying. Let me plug my camera back in so you can see my beautiful face. Because apparently I'm somewhat hot. So I just made a weird face and you guys can't see it. So
Have you seen Craven's movie My Soul to Take?
no, I have not. So I really have to get caught up on some of those movies. Because I need to see The Ward too, which I know is not Craven, it's Carpenter, but like some of their later works. When did My Soul to Take come out?
2010.
Yeah, see, some of their later works I didn't get to see. The latest work that Craven did, I saw was Scream 4. So
yeah, because honestly, I didn't think it was as bad as its reputation, but I was just kind of curious about.
and cue the bad reputation.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. There we go.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's not a perfect movie. I think there's some good ideas in there. It just wasn't as well executed, but I kind of enjoyed it.
People say the same thing about that Sam Raimi movie. What is it called? With the girl who gets cursed by the gypsy.
Oh, Drag Me to Hell.
Drag Me to Hell. But the first time I saw it, I was like, and then I watched it again. I was like, oh my god, what did I not like about this movie? This movie's fucking awesome. Luke, sorry. Don't be sorry, bro. Don't be sorry about your opinion. Never be sorry for your opinion. Your opinion is yours. And my opinion is mine. And I have never seen it. I loved, Drag Me to Hell is a lot of fun. And like, I know outside sources of mine did not like it. So I may have been like, oh yeah, it's not good. But then I watched it on my lonesome and I'm like, I really like this a lot.
It's fun.
Pieces has good carnage candy. So I'm like, I score a tie-in in a lot of foreign movies back from the mid 70s to the mid 80s on a different scale than a lot of the American stuff because like House by the Cemetery, Lucio Fulci's not a good movie, like really at all. But at the same time, I think it's a good movie for what it is. And that's the same thing with Pieces and movies like Torso. And there's a lot of them that just aren't really that great. But for some reason, I love them. So yeah, it's a different way to look at it. Drag Me to Hell is a masterpiece. Yes, I love Pieces. I love Pieces to Pieces.
Pieces to Pieces.
Yeah, those are my favorite candies, actually. So anybody who's watching, first of all, have you subscribed to the Horror Syndicate on YouTube, and have you told your friends about us? Also, do you like foreign horror movies? And it could be Japanese, J horror as they call it, Italian horror, things like Dario Argento. I named him earlier: Umberto Lenzi, Ruggero Deodato, Lucio Fulci, Sergio Martino. Stuff like that. Or still foreign, but Ginger Snaps is foreign technically. It's Canadian, and
Yep.
some of the Guillermo del Toro stuff is foreign too. It's Mexican, so there's all kinds of good stuff. Oh man, I appreciate that so much. I do. I hope you've been watching our videos because I work hard on doing almost nothing. I used to do videos. I keep thinking about getting back to it, but I was like, I'll lay around the house instead. But like I have like 4 or 5 movies that I bought in January, and I was like, I'm gonna do a haul video, but nobody ever watches them. So what's the point of doing them? I was like, I got Malignant, woohoo! I got Jacob's Wife, which is really good, and Candyman 3, but nobody cares about that. And then I've done those where I ask the Horror Syndicate on Facebook, what do you think about this movie? And then I'll read their comments. I don't know if anybody likes me doing that shit. It's just kind of like what I call hot take horror because I like giving our followers a voice, and sometimes the comments are just fucking hilarious. So you've seen some of them too. Like there's one guy, his name is either Justin Bevan or Bavin or something. He is such an asshole, but it's hilarious. He hates everything except for The Thing. I think that's the only movie he likes. He hates everything. Check out our Facebook page and look for his comments because they're fucking gold. What are some horror movies we should be looking forward to? We talked about this a little bit earlier, but Nope in July. The Black Phone, is that the name of the word? Yeah. Okay. Of course, Halloween Ends, Firestarter, Hellraiser on Hulu. God, Hellraiser on Hulu. It sounds like a sitcom. What else is there? There's a few of them coming out. Oh, that movie Dark Harvest, I think, which comes out in September. Salem's Lot is supposed to come out this year also.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I almost forgot about that. Curious, if Mr. Barlow's not blue, I'm gonna fucking riot. Because that's iconic, man. You open up that casket or whatever, and he's got the blue, the teeth in the front. You're like, it creeped me out, man.
So I think you did not like the Rob Lowe remake.
You know what? It's not bad, in my opinion. I didn't mind it at all, but like, good casting, really, all the way around. But like, it's hard. I think the original Salem's Lot had such an impact on me at a younger age that it's hard to not like the bald blue Mr. Barlow, the one guy that I can't remember the main characters, but the hair that he has is like he looks like he's fucking He-Man, the cartoon He-Man from Master Universe. Looking forward to Terrifier 2, if it ever comes out. I'm looking forward to The Barn too. I love Spanish, Korean, and French. Korean is really stepping up their games the last few years for making just film in general. The Wailing, Parasite. I don't know if I'd categorize it as a horror movie, but Train to Busan.
Oh, I love Train to Busan.
This is cool. I'm excited, so excited for the Salem's Lot. Just finished the book again. Fantastic.
That book is great.
It actually, that's one of the few that I've actually read from Stephen King. It is good. I mean, man, I don't know what I hope for that. Like, I don't even know if it's coming out. There's also supposed to be a Nosferatu coming out this year, like a remake of that. Who knows if that's really going to happen? But like, I've seen so little reported on Salem's Lot for this year. It feels like it'd have to be filmed by now, Oh, Evil Dead Rises. That's supposed to come out this year too.
That's right. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So I mean, this is going to be, I think 2021, if you look back and see our I think it's top 20. That's something stuck in my throat. Top 20. There was a lot of good stuff and a lot of good stuff left off the list. I can't remember. It's our collective list. That's why I want to do like a Rotten Tomatoes score for us, so it'd be easier to rank stuff so Nate doesn't have to do all the shit he has to do. But there were some really good ones in 2020. A lot of them are on Shudder. Some of them are on Amazon Prime. I don't remember if there are any on Netflix because you know what? Cancel Netflix. It's garbage. It is. Just watch the Texas Chainsaw Massacre movie before you do. Actually, I think the Evil Dead movie's on there too, isn't it? I don't quite remember.
Oh yeah, I think it is, isn't it? It's going to one of those.
I hope it's not Netflix.
No, it may not be Netflix.
It might be Peacock.
HBO Max.
Is it HBO? Okay, I'm cool then. I'll watch it.
I'm pretty sure of it. Yeah.
I'm a huge fan of the 2013 Evil Dead movie, and one of these days, if I get my bearings, I'm going to do a 50 episodes of my top 50 favorite horror movies, not best horror movies, but my top 50 horror movies of all time. And Evil Dead 2013 is in there. The other three are not. I know. You're freaking out right now. You're unsubscribing. You're going to, unlike the Horror Syndicate page, we're going to cancel the Horror Syndicate. But I like the Evil Dead movies. I'm reevaluating the list. I keep reevaluating the list. That's why I haven't started yet. It's not completely done yet because we did the Evil Dead episode a couple weeks ago, and now I'm like, I feel like I need Evil Dead on there, the first one, because I love that movie, more so than Evil Dead 2. And I like Army of Darkness, but it's not top 50 for me. So would anybody be interested in watching me talk about my favorite 50 horror movies? If not, you don't watch, I guess. So anyway, let's see. Okay, here's a few that just popped up. Here's a hot take. Evil Dead 2 is the worst Evil Dead. I hate the slapstick in it. That is your opinion. And I don't know. I don't think it's the worst. I think Army of Darkness is the worst. But I like the movies. Just the Evil Dead is the best of those three. Just watch Hellbender on Shudder. I wasn't a fan, but I feel like this movie. Okay, I'll have to check that out. Is it newer? I've never heard of that one. Okay. Damn it, you lost one. Can I interest you in a copy of 2009's Friday the 13th? And we got 3 more unsubscribes. Again, I like that movie. I don't see the problem with it. I'm gonna look that Hellbender up real fast while we're live. But we got a show next week. At the moment, it's going to be about Eli Roth, not Eli Roth. We've never done an Eli Roth episode. Hellbender 2021. Is it American or is it? I don't. I'll look. I'll check it out. I'm definitely into checking out some. Just came out. Yeah. Army of Darkness took a new life for me. Took on new life for me when I watched it with my son. Yeah. Evil Dead 2 is one of the first things I showed my son. That and Jason X for some reason. It's like what Jason movie do you introduce your son to? Jason X. No, dipshit. Jason Lives. It should have been Jason Lives. First of all, Jason Lives is probably the most light of all of them. There's no boobs, unfortunately. See, oh, there you go. There's the answer right there. Yeah. So my son, I think his favorite is part 2 though. So I was very surprised. We watched 2, 3, 4, and 5 over the weekend, and I just needed some Jason in my life. And after we're done with 5, which he really likes, I like 2. I think 5 gets a bad rap. I think Seth's on the same page.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. But we were like, he's like, I really like part 2 or part 5. And I was like, which one's your favorite? And he said part 2. I'm like, good. And then I found a picture of Ethel flipping the cop off. So I put that on our Facebook page. Because sometimes if I find a dumb picture, I'm going to put it up and I don't care. Anyway, is there anything else anybody wants to ask us before we sign off for the night? I got to call a pretty woman and talk to her before she goes to bed. And it's really what I'm going to be doing is talking to Seth offline. So. Yeah.
What a dick.
One movie I watched Saturday I never saw was Prom Night 1980. I have to say I don't get the hype. Prom Night 2 is way better, man. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. Prom Night 1 is boring as fuck. It's right up there with, in my opinion, The Prowler and My Bloody Valentine. It's not that great. It's okay. I don't know. Prom Night 2 is way better. Any good sleeper films from this year so far? No, I haven't really watched anything other than the Texas Chainsaw Massacre and Scream. I've been really like into watching older stuff recently. But you can watch The Sleeper. That's an indie horror movie. It's screamteamreleasing.com if you want to buy it. I don't know. Have you seen anything else this year that's new?
I was just trying to think of that. I don't think I have. Just the big releases in the theaters.
The Batman's is good. All right. Well, is there anything else you want to say before we sign off?
There was something and I forgot. So
sweet. Well, who was it? James, I think. Abney said Hellbender on Shudder. Yeah, so maybe check that one out. I'm going to check that one out at some point because last year I waited to the last minute to watch movies like Willy's Wonderland, which was a lot of fun, and some of these other 2021 movies. Saint Maud, which I didn't care for, but it's an A24 movie, so Keith loves it. And then Keith hasn't been here for the last 2 episodes. I think I miss him because I keep making fun of him or teasing him while he's not here. I heard Batman fights a seagull. I don't know. Does he? He may. He turns into a flying squirrel at one point. But anyway, yeah. So check us out every week. Eventually, I'll start my top 50. Spoiler alert. Number 1's A Nightmare on Elm Street. It's my favorite horror movie of all time. So you don't have to watch that episode if you don't want to. My phone keeps going off. Who's messaging me? Oh, I wish it was a pretty lady. But it's Dwayne, a guy I went to high school with. So if you have any other questions, go ahead and leave them. And I check the YouTube every single day for comments and whatnot. Definitely appreciate that following. You can see the new Batman. Yeah, you can just watch 7. 7's really good, man. I watched that a couple weeks ago. First time in like a long time. because Nate says it's a horror movie. I disagree. But anyway, Seth, anything else before we go?
Man, I wish I could remember. I had something to say and I forgot. Yeah, I guess we'll just sign off. I'll remember after we sign off, of course.
That's how it goes, man.
Right.
Yeah, I know all about that all too well. Like I'm always like, yeah. Oh, it's at the tip of my tongue, and then we'll sign off. I'm like, damn it, that's what it was. It was this.
It's kind of like when you have a really good comeback, like 5 minutes after the other person walked away.
Did you feel like this?
Yes.
All right, everybody. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you have subscribed, check out the Facebook page, thehorrorsyndicate.com, where there's a lot of great articles you can read, a lot of old ones, some new stuff, some unused script breakdowns, some lists. Of course, there are lists for days on that fucking site, thehorrorsyndicate.com. Tell your friends to follow us so we can get past 1,100 subscribers. That was a weird sound. Anyway, have a great night, and we'll see you on the next video, the next time, whenever the fuck that is. Peace out.